Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EURUSD. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, guys. Let's take a look again on the euro currency. So as you can see, recent non-farm payroll release have brought some adjustment to our short-term view. So in general, monthly and weekly, our analysis on the monthly weekly chart stands the same. So even recent drop hasn't changed significantly our long-term scenario, and we still think that euro stands in upward retracement and it could continue. But in the shorter term, we need to adjust our view and to watch for some different patterns that could trigger the upward continuation. So in fact, currently we have mostly two scenarios. So first one is that we already have discussed in last week. It mostly stands with this A, B, C bottom, D pattern on the intraday charts with the target around 1850. And also it's a butterfly here. So we have discussed based on the grabber, because if you remember, our suggestion was while grabber stands valid, we keep the bullish scenario and we'll try to take position on retracement inside of the grabber. But taking on the background this drop that we've got recently on the non-farm payroll release, although this drop still keeps grabber valid because lows have not been taken yet, and theoretically the butterfly still could be formed if market will reestablish upward protection right from here and will hold these lows valid and unbroken. So on the paper this situation exists, but the common sense suggests that probably hardly it will be realized, because we have the just nasty candle on Friday with tail close, and this sharp reversal usually leads to some continuations. Indeed, we could get some different patterns. So still, I will keep this, nevertheless, I will keep this scenario here on the daily, just because we have talked about it and just because it's at least theoretical, it has not been erased yet. So based on the Friday close, this scenario is possible. So that's the first view that we'll be watching for. Well, let's not to ignore it, because it still could work, although the chance may be not as high as we would like to. At the same time, guys, common sense suggests that probably this scenario looks more realistic compared to the recent changes that we've got on a fundamental view. We have discussed this in our today's weekly report, so we have taken a look at the probabilities of the rate increase, the overall political situation, because some important event has happened that confirms our view on the changing in the global situation. Long-term relationships are broken right now in the politics, in the economy. So also we have taken a look at some economical issues and take a look at the yields of the treasuries on the Fed Reserve perspectives. So, and taking it all together, it seems that this scenario on the common week is more probable, because the reversal was rather sharp, and the expectation of some downward continuation looks more reasonable, I suppose. So in this case, we will be watching for our ABCD pattern down with the target is 1465, and that potentially could give us regardless triple to buy, which in turn could give us a pattern that we have talked about recently. So this could be kind of the ABC retracement up somewhere to 1955 area. So, or at least some upward continuation here will happen maybe on the COP target or something of that sort. So anyway, for us, currently is more important is reaching of this area. So that's what we'll be watching for. Second issue here, guys, you probably could recognize by yourself the kind of the hand shoulders pattern that we have here. So left shoulder ahead, right shoulder, market is dropping lower. And finally, on the hourly chart, this part of action could take the shape of the butterfly. It's not necessary, but it could happen, because the 1618 extension of this right arm of this hand shoulder stands precisely at the same area, 114.50. So, and here, as you can see, 114.65 is rather close. So that really could happen. So that being said, we keep our weekly perspective, weekly analysis still the same, and we are not canceling yet our view on the upward perspective. So upward action is still possible, and it could happen. We will not deny this, but on the intraday charts, we'll be watching mostly for two scenarios. First is the daily butterfly, which, to be honest, we treat as not as very probable. And the second, our major scenario that we'll be watching for on the common week, this setup with the goddess triple 2 pi. So especially we are interested with the 1465 area, because that will be the moment where we will have to make the decision on the long entry. Taking about the short trading, well, it's probably possible. So if you're a scalp trader, you could watch for some bearish continuation patterns on intraday charts, maybe goddess triple 2 sales or something of that sort. So that's our current view on euro currency. So let's keep watching what we will get in the coming week.